Leaving the patriarchy is like leaving a cult. It has been embedded into every part of your body, to your belief systems, your value systems, into all your everyday institutions that you use, into your morality, into who you center in your life, who the leaders are, what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. It's very much like a cult. So in order to leave the patriarchy, it has to be done slowly, step by step. And the first step, which we are discussing today, is understanding and acknowledgement. And this is just basically education. So if you're at the point where you feel like you've just woken up to what it is, you've just pulled back the curtain and you've seen the great wizard behind the curtain in the Wizard of Oz, who's pulling all the strings, and you are now hungry. You're like obsessed for more information and you want to learn more. You're in step 1. And you can't go any further until you reach this step. So welcome and congratulations. And this is the step where feed your curiosity. Go learn as much as you can and understand as much as you can. Study history, study all of its institutions, study abuse tactics, because it's also very much like leaving an abusive relationship. Study all the battles between men and women. Learn about different social systems. Just read, watch. And if you like to journal. And make a real mental exercise of it. In the healing world, because I also work with healing trauma, we have this saying, well, especially in the homeopathic world, which I love. There is a saying that you heal from the top down. So the first thing to start to improve is the mental capacity, your critical thinking, your perception, your ability to discern and to judge and to analyze, and your ability to understand and educate. That when that starts to change and you start to get all those little neurons firing in your head about all the new possibilities and the understandings of the old, that is the first step of healing. And then the next step after that is the emotional, and that's the connection to it, which I will talk to in further steps. And then the third is the physical attachment, which is the deepest and the most profound. So at this stage 1, step 1, awareness, acknowledgement, understanding, it's really up here, the education of it all, the understanding of it all, it might even feel kind of top heavy, like your mind might just be swirling. And this is not a bad thing. This just means that all that suppressed energy of being stuck in this cult-like system is starting to arise. So if you're getting a lot of anxiety, if you're feeling like you're going in and out of depression, if you feel like you're kind of going between obsession to collapse, like this is all normal part of it. It's the same way we heal trauma. And in this case, the more aware you are, the more educated you are, the more understanding you are, the better it is. There really is no such thing as too much awareness. It may feel like it's too much for your body to comprehend and to deal with, and that's just because you haven't reached that level of healing yet, of that layer of leaving the patriarchy yet. You just haven't reached that capacity yet, but it's coming. So all this stuff that's sitting in your head, that's normal. Let it be, play it out, use the opportunity, to learn. And if it feels like too much, find somebody to reach out, somebody who could be a mentor or guide, somebody who's been through the process before and can understand and appreciate what you're going through and can help you, hold space for you as you're going through it. And this may seem like, oh my God, just seems too deep. It's just too much. And it really just depends on the depth that you were involved in the patriarchal cult. So if it was just sort of like you're, touched on it on your workplace, or you touched on it with, some families in your neighborhood, then it would be an easier ride. If you're from somebody like myself who came from a very, very misogynistic family, and the whole culture and the whole traditions and the whole religion and everything was embedded into it, and then as an adult, like you were raised in it, that's a lot of unraveling to deal with. So it might require more work and more of practice to it. And it's all okay. Like, it's all on a spectrum. And it doesn't matter where you are. I'm making this video for those who just feel like maybe they're just like, their head's just going like crazy with it all. Or maybe you're just kind of wondering like what's next, which I will show up in the next videos. So stay tuned. Or if you just like talking about it, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Returning to Her. I should also let you know I started, maybe I'll do another video on this, but I started the first Church of Matriarchy. So I'll put a link down below. You can go check it out. It's on Patreon. But I'll also continue doing my sermons and my talks here on YouTube. But we get to go a little bit further on Patreon. It's just a place where I can really establish it and gain some funding for it for anybody who wants to donate, in order to make it a logistical thing. So yeah, again, my name's Laura Rose. The first steps to leaving the patriarchy. Hello. And check out my website about healing trauma at healingfromharm.com. Donate if you appreciate the video. I'll put my PayPal link. And as always, please like, share, subscribe. And I love reading comments. So if you have anything to say about this, please do. And stay tuned for the upcoming steps. I hope you have a good night.